The truth is out now. America's biggest retail chains aren't saving you money, they're draining you. Quietly, year after year, they've raised prices, shrunk packages, and lowered quality, all while cashing in record-breaking profits. These places used to feel like a good deal, but now, they've turned into traps for everyday folks who just want to put food on the table without going broke. Across the country, millions of people are walking away. Not because they want to, but because they've finally had enough. Enough of the fake savings. Enough of being told that value means paying more for less. The grocery aisles feel emptier, the checkout lines longer, and the trust completely gone. And it's not just one chain doing this, it's all of them giants we once depended on. From groceries to takeout, from bulk stores to online bargains, 5 major names are now at the center of a consumer revolt. Stick around, what you're about to see might make you rethink every dollar you spend. Number 1, Walmart. Walmart has been misleading American shoppers so blatantly that what was once trust feels like betrayal. The labels say one thing, the checkout scanner says another, the shelf tag promises a deal, but the price at register bites. People are discovering that many rollback items, weight stickers, and sale prices are not just disappointing, they are mathematically designed so the customer pays more. Walmart has stretched loyalty thin, and in 2025, the cracks are obvious. California counted 4 counties filing a massive suit claiming that Walmart overcharged people by selling produce, baked goods, and prepared items with labels that inflated weight or posted price tags rigged to mislead. The settlement demanded millions in penalties and orders to correct weights and prices across stores. Shoppers watched meat, seafood, poultry tagged as sale rack up dollars beyond what the weight label should allow. Bagged citrus fruits boasted 1 weight on packaging, when weighed much less. The overcharge wasn't a rounding error, it added up every week. For those who shop, often stretch every dollar. Behind the scenes, machines meant to speed checkout are failing, or set up in ways that work against the shopper. Self-checkout terminals are broken. Barcode scanners don't register discounts. Scanners charge full price, even when tags elsewhere say reduced. Rollback pricing events become trap sticker, says one price register forces you into paying another. Meanwhile, some registers just sit idle closed even during rush hours. Lines grow. Frustration builds. People shopping with food stamps, retirees on fixed pensions, working folks living paycheck to paycheck. They see their carts becoming lighter while their bills get heavier. A class action case from October 2018 through January 2024 allowed claims up to a few $100s for people who have receipts, proving they bought weighed items that were mismatched. For those without receipts, payouts are smaller, but still the message is loud enough of being misled. Walmart agreed to settle tens of millions over alleged misrepresentations of weight and price in weighted groceries, meat, poultry, seafood, and produce. There is viral outrage fueled by videos showing packages labeled 6 pounds, but netting 4. Consumers watch with anger when they discover that they've been charged for weight that never existed. Bags of meat, poultry diluted with water by some operators, or loose pieces missing, all combine to chip away at trust. If I wanted to be a math problem, I'd become one, a comment said online. Others observe that if every item in the cart is off by even a few ounces, the total ends up being wrong by enough to matter. What makes this worse is how Walmart responds. The store giants fight to avoid admitting full responsibility, agreeing to settlements, but often denying wrongdoing. California settlements require Walmart to test and verify weights, fix scanner errors, but those fixes take time. Customers say many stores still have weight discrepancies months after rulings. Receipt help desks often redirect shoppers to complaints channels that never seem to resolve issues. For people who don't know state law, who don't have time to file complaints or save receipts, the damage feels permanent. Walmart's image as value leader once meant you could count on them. Now value means guessing, arguing, double-checking. Did the price match the tag? Did the weight match what was printed? Did the savings actually save anything? The cost isn't just in dollars, it's in trust, in time, and peace of mind. When a customer walks in hoping to spend $20 and walks out feeling like the store gained 10 more than advertised, the relationship is broken. You might still choose Walmart because options are limited, your scheduler, your transport, your budget force you there. But what Walmart once offered, honest deals, predictability, fairness, is slipping. Every mislabeled pound, every scanner overcharge, every closed lane inches you further from the loyalty you gave freely. Walmart's biggest theft isn't stealing your wallet, it's stealing belief in fairness. And belief is harder to rebuild than money you lost trying to trust what you saw on the shelf. Number 2, Costco. Costco once felt like the end of compromise. Yes, you paid membership, but you got quality, you got bulk savings, and you got products that lasted. After seeing how Walmart has quietly bled trust out of its customers, it's shocking how Costco is starting to do something similar. The foundation that people believed was solid now trembles with complaints that quality has slipped, promises are ignored, and what good value meant has shifted in ways that hurt the very people who enabled Costco to become what it is. First off, produce that used to be fresh is now a gamble. Berries mold within a day. Avocados go from hard to inedible in hours. A price tag says fresh, but the bag's unwrapping smells like humidity spoilage. Bulk package is great when you need it enough for a family, become waste when too much spoils before you can use it. For someone on a tight budget, that throwaway cost stings more than paying slightly more somewhere else because it feels like you paid up front for something broken. Then there's the issue with products many trusted for their name quality, now being just fine at best or downright disappointing. Chicken thighs under the Kirkland label are greasy or slimy texture weird. Muffins that once came in generous 12-packs now show up in smaller-sized batches with less flavor, even less shelf life. Toilet paper that tears easily feels thin, dusty items one expects to be dependable. Members who once bragged about big haul savings find themselves second-guessing, was this a deal, or did they just cut corners? Costco's app and membership tech, once useful, now feel designed to irritate rather than assist. The app load slowly freezes, lacks simple features such as searching purchase history or comparing past deals. It forces you into membership renewal loops, repeated logins, digital pop-ups asking for identity verification, more than seems necessary. Meanwhile, competitors roll out scan-and-go features. Costco doesn't. That absence is no longer a small inconvenience. It aggravates people who want efficiency, who want value for the time they spend. When you're driving to a warehouse stuffing a cart waiting in line, you expect your digital tools to make things smoother. When they don't, those broken promises weigh heavily. Overcharging via delivery partners has become a rallying point. Users of the app or services like Instacart report paying double, sometimes nearly 80% more for items that had much lower tags in store. Steaks or fresh meats ordered online cost nearly 2 times more after fees, delivery markup, or digital surcharge. For those watching, every dollar, every unexpected markup feels like betrayal. Highway robbery is being thrown around in message boards. It's not hyperbole when the bill is $90 more than what the label said before you click order. Then there is the matter of quality control and customer expectations. Costco's house brands like Kirkland used to be almost sacred for many, but complaints are spreading. Batteries that die, early diapers that leak, frozen foods that look freezer burned. These are not edge cases. Hundreds of members post about these, compare notes, warn each other. When you base your shopping around loyalty, membership, and trust, and those foundational items fail, the cracks run deep. Bulk is not helpful if what you buy bulk withers before use. Some features that were once unasked for are now painfully missed. The ability to scan your items as you shop to pay without waiting features competitors offer is absent. Many say Costco is stuck, outdated, almost intentionally so. The app interface that doesn't let you search your past purchases or rebates, a frequent demand in Reddit threads. Membership features grow expensive, but the convenience doesn't keep up. Every time membership fees creep up without matching improvements, people notice, especially those living on fixed incomes or stretching each bill. Paying more for less, even when you believe in the membership, stings bitterly. The combination of spoiled goods, overcharges, tech that frustrates, items that deteriorate quickly, membership costs. Rising, all these hurt a group who can't absorb small betrayals. Older shoppers, retired folks, people who live off modest incomes, they see the shrinkage of value, and they feel used. Costco's image as the better warehouse option is under attack, not because people want to hate it, but because loyalty means nothing when you get less for every dollar you spend. Costco is not collapsing, but it is cracking its promise. The warehouse empire built on trust is facing more daily complaints, more small grievances that add up. As shoppers abandon produce at checkout, refuse delivery pricing that doesn't match reality, and warn one another online, the backlash builds. For folks who once considered their membership worth it now, the question becomes, is this membership still worth it? Number 3, McDonald's. McDonald's once offered affordable comfort, familiarity, fast food that felt dependable. After seeing Walmart rip trust apart and Costco let value slide, McDonald's is now facing a reckoning. Value promise slipping, quality wobbly, priced out of many shoppers' reach. It's no longer enough for McDonald's to lean on its name. The cracks are loud. First, price inflation is pushing people away. Combo meals that used to cost under $10 are creeping sharply higher in many cities. Big Mac meals, McNugget bundles, before you even think of upgrading, you feel the burn. For someone counting every cent when your cheap go-to costs more than a sit-down place, sometimes fast food stops being fast and cheap. Many loyal customers now say they skip McDonald's because they can cook at home cheaper or pay a little more elsewhere, but get food that lasts, not food that disappoints. Then there's the disease outbreak that punched a hole in the trust McDonald's always assumed it could depend on. Slivered onions used on quarter pounders sparked a nationwide E. coli outbreak. Over 100 people sick, dozens hospitalized, and sadly, one person died. When basic ingredients, the things you expect to be safe, turn dangerous, the brand doesn't just lose business. It loses safety in people's minds. That's damage that isn't wiped away by slogans. Consumers also point out the flip-flop menu changes. Iconic items disappear only to return months later, sometimes in lesser quality. Portions shrink. Burgers feel rushed or sloppy. Staff under pressure, miswrap orders, or forget condiments. Across different towns, different stores, inconsistent service is everywhere. One customer said walking into McDonald's today is like spinning a wheel. You don't know what you'll get: perfect burger or cold fries and missing ketchup packets. Then comes hidden fees. Breakfast combos advertise one price. Menus show meal includes orange juice, but at register, the juice tax on an extra charge you weren't expecting. This kind of surprise feels less like inconvenience, more like deception. For people on fixed budgets, these fees aren't small. They're the difference between holding on or cutting back altogether. McDonald's has also drawn sharp criticism for rolling back DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives. Earlier this year, activist groups called out McDonald's for scaling down commitments to leadership representation and supplier inclusion. This triggered a one-week boycott. Worker voices, franchisees, customers all questioned whether McDonald's now cares more about margin than fairness. When a brand you thought stood for community starts looking like it picks profit over the people who make and eat the food, loyalty starts slipping. Surveys confirm what's already visible in parking lots. One study asked 1,000 U.S. consumers about McDonald's habits. Roughly 1 in 3 say they visit less often than they did 6 months ago. Over 70% report that value deals affect whether they'll go in or stay away. Many say the value isn't there anymore. Hot food, clean stores, friendly staff used to feel baked into the deal. Now those are the bonuses, not the baseline. For budget-stretched households, for retirees, for folks trying to squeeze every dollar, the erosion is real and felt every trip. Add health concerns to the mix. With many people now using GLP-1 therapies or trying to manage weight diabetes, high blood pressure food choices matter more than ever. McDonald's menu still leans heavy, salty, fatty. While rivals experiment with leaner proteins, salads, plant-based options, McDonald's sometimes feels stuck. For someone who used to drop in for a quick burger but now worries about blood sugar or cholesterol, the risk isn't just calories, it's regret, guilt, or worse. Public protests and declining same-store sales reflect what's happening inside everyday decisions. McDonald's U.S. same-store sales dropped several percentage points in the first quarter of 2025. Boycotts aren't just symbolic, they hurt profits. Customers posting reviews, social media threads. Yelp complaints all report long wait times, cold food, missing items. One complaint goes viral. I paid almost $15 for a combo. Fries cold, burger soggy, felt like fast food, forgot to care. That sort of feedback spreads, and it hits harder than ads ever did. McDonald's marketing teams have noticed. A recent announcement: value meal branding returning. Lower price combos reintroduced. But for many shoppers, that feels late. Promise of extra value for so long faded, replaced by premium upsells and menu boards that look more like fast casual restaurants than the McDonald's of decades past. Even when prices drop, experience doesn't catch up fast enough. Clean restrooms, efficient staff, correct order, hot foods, these should be baseline in 2025. When they aren't, you stop going back. For people trying to manage budgets, every extra cent counts. For retirees, living off benefits, for working families, cutting back, for anyone who remembers what McDonald's used to be, you feel cheated in ways that go beyond cost. It's about trust. It's about expectation. McDonald's has built its empire on familiarity and value. When you pay more, get less, and are still expected to show up, you deserve better. Number 4, BJ's Wholesale. BJ's Wholesale has sold itself as the warehouse club for smart savers, but lately that promise rings hollow. After Walmart's stealth price hikes and McDonald's slipping standards, BJ's is showing cracks that hurt regular folks hardest. The membership hikes, disappearing discounts, empty carts, and product shortages tell a story. BJ's may still have its name, but far too many feel they don't have the value. Prices jumped at the turn of the year. Basic membership rose, premium membership rose. For many, that means more money out of pocket with fewer perks to show. Items labeled sale or deal now trigger suspicion. Folks check prices online and store sweep through the aisles, wondering if the tag price, the shelf discount, the membership promise will actually mean savings when they swipe. Increasing fees without obvious improvements feels less like progress and more like extraction. Discounts once meant to reward loyalty or certain groups faded. The teacher discount, something many depend on, got cut back or made only for new signups, not for renewals. When membership renewals hit, customers discovered these changes. Some found their renewal price higher, but perks or discounts removed. That twist makes people feel not just paying more, but losing out. It stings when you expect that membership means being treated better, not that loyalty means getting less. Stock issues plague many locations. Popular items vanish quickly. Fresh produce disappears, shelves go bare, essential groceries missing. Shopping carts are in short supply. Some people report wandering the parking lot hunting for a cart only to find none. When products are missing or low, what you paid membership for access and savings feels like a promise broken. Customer service meant to be a support net often frays under pressure. Renewals mishandled. Phone calls 45 minutes long, switching representatives, being told one thing, then experiencing something else. Someone said their credit card was charged, but their membership never properly renewed. Requests bounced between chat reps. Promised callbacks or resolutions never came. When you pay membership fees and still have to chase down good service, the emotional cost is real. Policy transparency or lack thereof is another blade. As fees rose, the explanation was that BJ's would invest in better value. But shoppers look around and see little change. Sometimes the investment feels like marketing phrases, not actual senses of improvement. When a chain tells you value is improving, but your cart tells you otherwise, you stop believing. Competition ramps up around BJ's. Costco and Sam's Club invest in clean stores, fresher, produce faster checkout, better app experiences. BJ's promises digital convenience, curbside pickup, express pay, but many stores struggle in implementing these well. Digital orders may be up, but the experience often doesn't match expectation. Delays, missing items. Items substituted for cheaper versions without clear notice. When you order online expecting the tags, the brands you trust, the ones you already paid to access, but get substitute crap, the betrayal cuts deeply. Then there's transparency in pricing. When membership fees rise, stores often emphasize that member savings will offset them. But coupons are complicated. Special offers only for certain tiers. Some savings tied to digital engagement apps, scanning clickbait deals that disappear. Low-cost items show savings until you use them again, and the second time the price has crept up. Grocery staples, canned goods, packaged items, the things people who count every dollar buy most, are creeping up in price with fewer sale breaks. BJ's CEO made statements about consumer stress. People are cautious. They use more coupons, they shop cheaper private labels. The chain's membership count is growing 8 million members recently, but same-store comparable sales, excluding gasoline, rose only modestly. Membership income is up, but customer satisfaction seems lagging. A lot of loyalty, but also a lot of patience wearing thin. People who depend on fixed income retirees, working families, these groups track every membership dollar. When you feel like you've already given loyalty money time and you get subpar product, missing items, bad service, confusing discounts suddenly, that site you used to go to feels like project you have to monitor constantly. Shopping becomes exercise in vigilance rather than relief. Emotional toll is often overlooked, the frustration of waiting, empty shelves, chaos at checkout. No help when needed, feeling ignored. That feeling builds up. It persuades people to try something else, skip, renewing, shop, less, settle for less, pay more elsewhere. The idea of value club loses its meaning when you're paying more just for the hope of savings, not the guarantee. BJ's is still alive. It still draws people with the promise of bulk savings. But for many, that promise is faltering. For those who believed in it, it feels like another big name slipping responsibility to its most loyal. As the price of membership rises, so does the price of disappointment. Loyalty costs more than it used to, and benefit seems to cost less. Number 4, Temu. Temu has pulled off something many didn't expect, turning the idea of a bargain online marketplace into a minefield. After Walmart's price deception, Costco's slipping quality, McDonald's value fade, BJ's membership betrayal, Temu stands out because its problems are different and deeply threatening. It's not just disappointing value anymore, it's trust being violated in ways that seem calculated, opaque, and risky. One of the most damning failures, Temu violated transparency laws dozens of times before being called out. It failed to clearly disclose who high-volume third-party sellers are, and it didn't provide users the required ways to report suspicious or counterfeit items. For years, the complaint mechanisms were buried in menus. Sometimes phone reporting didn't exist, mobile listings didn't show seller addresses or credible contact info. That's not oversight, it's hiding. When people buy something cheap, they expect cheap risk, not deception. But risk exists when you don't know who's selling to you or whether your item is legit. And it's not only about the seller, it's about exposure. Temu now faces a penalty, $2 million in civil fines for breaking the Informed Consumers Act. That law demands online marketplaces give consumers tools to protect themselves, tools Temu failed to offer consistently. High-volume seller IDs, physical addresses, easy reporting of unsafe goods or counterfeit products, all required. Temu's interface often forces buyers to click through vague links, scroll past blocks of text, or use gamified shopping features that prioritize flashy coupon games over clarity. Many users say deals show up in those game-style features without any seller identity or safety assurance. The law demands transparency. Temu delayed or obscured those required functions until after widespread criticism. Quality is another battlefield. Cheap prices lure people in, especially those trying to make every dollar stretch. But the cheapness often comes with hidden costs. Products arrive damaged, materials fall apart quickly, sizes vastly different than shown online. Fabrics that tear, dyes that fade after one wash, electronics that fail after minimal use. People report items described as new, arriving with obvious wear or replacement parts missing. If you shop with Temu hoping for deals, you often end up paying for bullet holes in trust. Then there is counterfeit risk, a word that users now type into reviews and forums with dread. Temu has been sued by artists and brands for selling products that mimic trademarked logos, designs, or branded items without authorization. One case, a band discovered Temu was offering shirts nearly identical to theirs for prices far below what the real merch sells for. The band claims their designs were copied, listed, sold, and Temu did little to remove them even after being notified. That shakes faith. If you can't trust that what you buy is real, that you won't be accused of supporting fakes, then the cheap price doesn't feel like a win. Safety also weighs heavy. Federal consumer protection authorities flagged Temu for selling items unsafe under U.S. standards, drawstrings that pose choking hazards, crib bumpers, illegal in many states, toys with excessive levels of harmful chemicals. Buyers paying little attention or someone's family member choosing a toy can't always see danger until it's too late. If your child uses something from Temu, you want it safe. When safety is compromised, fear replaces value. On top of all that, hidden costs keep accumulating. Shipping fees, delayed deliveries, return policies that penalize you for asking for refunds. Replacement or damaged items often come with fees or require submitting photos, waiting days, getting partial refunds. Basically, for every bargain item, there's a gamble. Will it be usable? Will it be safe? Will I need to fight for my money back? Temu's brand message promises deals, savings, fun shopping. But people are realizing that fun shopping sometimes means being tricked by flashy sales gimmicks, identifiers, withheld safety disclaimers missing, or hidden products that disappoint. And when the price tag is cheap, what matters most is what you lose, not what you saved. Those who live off fixed income or use tight budgets are especially exposed. When one item fails, when one product is unsafe or counterfeit, that budget line is broken. Those are not little frustrations, they add up. Trust is eroded slowly, but once gone, people leave. Temu's rapid growth depended on trust and bargain value. Now whispers in forums, is it even worth ordering from Temu? I don't want the hassle. Already some are quitting, moving to marketplaces with stricter safety, more transparent sellers, better customer protection. Temu is not yet collapsing. It continues to attract bargain hunters, but its foundation quivers. When transparency is law but compliance is patchy. When safety is a promise but reports show risk. When cheap deals are bait for disappointment, people wake up. If your order arrives broken, if seller identity is missing, if reporting fraud feels like fighting through obstacle courses, you start spending elsewhere. And every user who quits takes away more than revenue. They take away faith in what a cheap online marketplace should be. This isn't just a list. It's a wake-up call. 5 names millions of Americans once trusted now turning their backs quietly, steadily, and for good reason. These chains promise savings, comfort, and familiarity. What they delivered: higher prices, lower standards, and disrespect for the very people who kept them alive for decades. Walmart stripped away value while growing richer. Costco let loyalty rot on the shelf. McDonald's forgot the meaning of a meal that feels worth it. BJ's charged more and gave less. And Temu gambled with your trust and your safety. It's no longer about convenience. It's about being seen, being respected, getting real value in return for your hard-earned dollar. If you've walked out of these places lately feeling frustrated, confused, or flat-out cheated, you're not alone. The American shopper is waking up. The exits are full, and the message is clear. You can only betray people for so long before they stop coming back.
This video does not promote division within the United States or encourage litigation. All content is presented for the purpose of exploration, analysis, and fostering discussion based on current events, public sentiment, and social trends. We fully respect the United States Constitution and all federal regulations. If today's analysis made you think, drop a comment so we can keep the conversations going. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you will never miss our next independent deep dive.